What is good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get into this video. Today's video is going to be probably my most important video out of all the videos that I've ever made. This is one video that you probably want to listen to again and again to really get it through your mind. So today we're going to be talking about what it means to really know yourself. And I know you guys see all the time, I say it at the end of my videos. It's in my closing caption. I have the tattoo over here on my script tattoo. A lot of people ask me all the time, why do I say that? A lot of people in my life, when I give them advice, I usually lead it back to them learning about themselves. And it's really important because manifestation in itself is really about knowing who you are. And so I really want to bridge the gap for you today because I'm sure that you guys see, all over the social media, all over these YouTube videos, people are saying, that you are, I am, that is your true identity. And it is, but I really want to break it down for you because once you really understand the whole purpose of you being I am and you really being one with the all, manifestation gets so much easier from a place to where it's just automatic and it's natural. So I really want to start by saying, you guys, that on this channel, the way that I teach, I know that a lot of times I'm not going to just come off with the most proactive things of what you should be doing and the techniques and all that, because to be honest, techniques do assist you in getting your manifestation, but at the core of it, like I always say, it is always my intention for you to realize that you are I am, and that your manifestations are always present with you. And so I'm hoping that this video really settles it in for you, and that way it will be no questions going forward as I deepen into topics on this channel. So yes, your identity, your true identity is I am. And so in the Bible, in scripture, God says that his name, and God is gender neutral, whatever you want God to be, you guys, source or universe, whatever you want to call it, is I am that I am. So when you think about God saying I am that I am, you have to think about it from a point of God is pointing at you saying, I am whatever you say you are, because God is in everything. God is in all things, and everything in this world, in this universe, is of God and is God. So you are not separate, and you are no different than anything in the universe, whatever it is. You are no different. And God is saying, yes, that God is in whatever you are saying you are, or what you're saying yes to, what you are in agreement with. So God is always standing in agreement with whatever you are saying I am to, whether you deem it negative or whether you deem it positive. God is in all of it. So I want to talk about how your desires, the thing that you deeply desire, your manifestation, whether it is a person, whether it is an experience, whether it's money, whatever your manifestation is, that deep burning desire that you have is actually an invitation for you to become more aware of who you truly are. And what I mean by this is every time you achieve your manifestation, every time you become more of who it is that you already are, and understanding that, you realize that you are the source and that you are the only one that gets to decide who you are. And so those deep desires, those things that are pulling on your heart, are an invitation, are a calling for you, for God to show you more of who it is that you are. So let's just say, even when it comes down to specific persons, because a lot of people are, really into manifesting their specific persons or finances. When it comes down to this desire, it is not necessarily the person or the money that you really want. It is the experience, and it is the identity that you are really wanting, the experience to know that you are God, that you are in control, and that you are capable of changing your life and adapting and switching and playing the game of life, because this is a game of life. So you are going to need that resistance, because without that resistance, without the negative, without the polarity, because as far as non-duality and all that goes, I lean more towards polarity. We live in a polarity universe to me. So that means that yes, it's going to be a degree of difference, but it's all the same thing. So whenever you say that you want your specific person, there is the reality without them, and they both are God and they both are good. So this is why we say when you start to learn to love your circumstances, even if it's one that you want, even if it's one that you don't want, when you start to learn to love it and you see God in that, you understand that you have the choice to maneuver in and out of what it is that you want. So I made a little bit of notes here and I'm just going to be referencing that. So the truth is, you guys, all is for you in this world. All is for you. Everything that you're going through right now, even I know it seems a little tough, but even the times where you can't pay your bills, even the times where things seem to be going wrong or whatever it is, all of it is for you and all of it is God and all of it is giving you an opportunity to call yourself up to accept and place on the mantle of knowing that you are source God, that you are not separate from God. And so realizing this, that even yes, your SP treating you horrible and them saying the wrong things is an opportunity for you to learn yourself, for you to know yourself, for you to experience what it's like to get what you want out of life. And what is life without this dramatics? This is the game of life, you guys. So when we say take things very lighthearted, even it means the times where it seems like things are just going wrong, when you take those in a lighthearted approach, things really start to shift in your favor because it is all for you. And yes, there's times where you want to engage with that and you want to be upset over that. And yes, this is just you living out your experience. It's only an experience and it's forever changing. This is why when you reach certain accomplishments or you get a certain manifestation, the goal here is not to get the thing, the goal here is to become more aware of the power that you already possess, that you are God, that you are one with God, and God lets everything happen through you and as you. There's nothing that's separate from you. And once you realize that it's all about a choice to choose whatever reality you want, that even, yes, although things may seem a little negative right now, yes, accept that and still know that you can choose again. All right. So let's take, for instance, the villain and the hero, which this is my favorite dynamic to use because without the villain, the hero can never be possible. So when we say like the Joker in Batman or even Harry Potter and Voldemort, which is my favorite, the thing is the Joker is Batman and Batman is the Joker and Harry is Voldemort and Voldemort is Harry. And remember with Harry Potter, if you are a Harry Potter fan, I am a Harry Potter fan, but they always say in that movie, he who is not to be named, or he who we shall not name. It wasn't until Harry started speaking Voldemort's name out and calling Voldemort out and really engaging and seeing Voldemort for who he was, it was in that realization that Harry also too had that in him. That's why he could have been Slytherin or he could have been Gryffindor, because he had that life in him to be Voldemort, but he also had the opportunity to have courage and be Harry and whoever he wanted to be, whether it was right or wrong. See, you still have that choice to choose to know yourself in that way. And God is not going to say that it's right or wrong for you to be Voldemort or for you to be the Joker. No, it is just an experience. And at any moment of time, you can actually be Batman or you can be Harry or you can be whatever it is that you want to be. But when you place that expectation or that negative thinking on top of that, that you saying, okay, well, I'm down bad right now. Let's just say I'm down bad right now and I'm this or I'm that, or when you start attaching your identity to that situation is where you start to become more engulfed in that reality. But when you can step back and say that this is just an experience that I'm choosing, I accept it, I love it, I admire it because I see me in it, I see God in it, I still have the opportunity to choose again. And that's why you choose to have the courage to start or to think about something new or to become something new. This is a ever like evolving thing here. So, this is why it's important when you seek the kingdom. When you seek the kingdom, what is the kingdom? The kingdom is your mind, the kingdom is your internal body where you're resting, whatever state you're choosing within. When you seek the kingdom of God within you, all these things will be added on unto you. So that is the clothes, the car, the lifestyle, all these material things. The material things are a added bonus for who you are becoming. They're just things, but they are not who you are in totality because you are God. And that is the best gift of all of this is recognizing who you are more and more. So when you get these things and when you achieve these things, when you accomplish whatever these things are, that is to help you become more aware. Every time you reach that new level, you become more and more aware of who you are and whose you are, and what you are calling into your life is more aware in that. And within that, you're realizing that that is God, that is an expression of God, that is what you are choosing to express God through you. So there's a scripture in the Bible. I'll see if I could post it, but it says, you know, God became man so man might become God. So Jesus became man so that we can see through the life and through the wonders and through the changes that Jesus made, that we may become one with God and not separate from God. So it's all the same, you guys. It's really all the same. And when you get into this whole understanding of your desire being that invitation for you to realize who it is that you truly are, things become more natural. I think the veil is lifted, and then you just realize that it's not about getting things, that it's not about getting the specific person or getting the money. Sure, we like those things. And of course, who wants to live a life where they're not, you know, getting what they want? But you're always getting what you want. You're always getting what you want in this moment by what you're paying attention to, by what you are confirming. And God is always going to confirm that with you. So if you're saying that I'm lacking this or I'm lacking that, God is always in agreement with you. What you're saying, I am too, God is always in agreement. And it's always going to show up through you and as you, okay? I really want you guys to understand this because this is the meaning of really knowing yourself. When you are desiring something, and it's that burning desire, it's always an invitation for your next level, for you to become more aware of who it is that you've always been. And when you reach that goal point of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you really realize that it's more than the thing, that you are bigger than the thing. So, this is why it's important for you to always be the observer and not to be fully invested into the thing and placing so much expectation on the thing. But what you really are persisting in is your conviction of realizing who you are, your conviction of recognizing that you are God, your conviction of recognizing that all that's here is for you, the good, the bad, the negative, because like I said, this is a play and you are playing all the parts in order to bring you what it is that you want. So you are playing your SP wanting, not wanting you. So that way you can go through the motions to realize more of your power. And I know it seems a little like, well, why would I want that? Of course you want that. You signed up for it. You signed up for it because you like the dramatics. It's not going to, the only way that God could get your attention to for you to recognize who you are is for there to be some dramatics. Is there to be some resistance? Is there to be some no's, some yeses, some rejections? But you're recognizing about yourself and you're coming undone. It's like when we are born here, we forget and we are remembering through every process of our life, through everything that we achieve, through everything that we become, we are recognizing more and more that we are. we are all in this universe, and that there's nothing that's off limit to us as long as we realize that we are one with God. And when you are one with God, God really goes before you. So this is why you don't have to lift a finger when you are joined to God. But when you feel separate and resistant to things, it is always going to be a struggle because you've separated yourself from God. But just realizing, like, hey, this negative situation that I'm in, that is God. But this desire that I feel is that invitation for me to know myself, for me to know that I'm God, for me to be connected to God, and for me to realize that in all of this, this is for me. This is for me to experience. So then you get good at it and you start realizing that all of your manifestations come much easier. I can't even really begin to tell you guys how much things have become so much easier for me since I've stopped putting so much emphasis on just techniques and trying to rewire my brain. This is why I said that there's nothing for you to fix but just choices. There's a reality for you to choose where things are the way that you want it to be, and there's a reality for you to stay here where things are the way they are, and there's a reality for things to be where they are worse than where you are now. But it's all about choosing, it's all about choice, it's all about saying who you are, and God is going to confirm with it, even if it's like the worst of the worst. That is God conforming with you and saying, okay, that's what you want to be. Okay, I am that. There's no separation from that. And once you realize that, why would you not choose a higher version of yourself, or one that makes you feel better? Because everyone is experiencing what they feel that God is through whatever you become in life. Even the people who are like billionaires or whatever, that is how they are experiencing God through them. That is how they see God, through what they are producing. That's how they see God in this world. Even if they don't realize it, that is how they see God in this world. Whatever you're living in your life right now, that is how you see God. And if you see God as more than that, then there's always that desire to become and to evolve into more. And so that's why things are forever changing. This is why the 3D is forever changing, because this is a lifelong journey for you to become more and more aware of God, and more aware of like all the realities and all the infinite possibilities that you can show up, and all the infinite ways that God can be here. This is why we do it over and over again here. And this is why a lot of us, if you believe in reincarnation, this is why you come back over and over again to experience what it's like to remember to be God. All right. This is what it really means to know yourself, you guys, always. And yeah, so God is always saying, I am. It is like God saying, pointing at you, I am whatever you are saying I am too. I am in that. Whether if it's lack or whether if it is abundance, I am in all of that. All right. And there's no wrong to it. That's what you have to understand. There's no wrong to it. So if you're lacking right now, and God is confirming that, and you are seeing lack, then God is saying, I'm in that, but I'm also in abundance too. This is why you just make a different choice to choose and to be convicted. This is where your convictions come in, because you are looking to be convicted about being God and experiencing God in the way that you want to, not in the way that anyone else wants you to. And this is why everybody is right. All your teachers are right. Everybody that comes on here and shares their perspective is right, because their life has to play out in the way where whatever they're saying is right. So there's no right or wrong. Everybody is right. It's what you connect to and what you identify that works for you that is going to be right for you. But all in all, this whole process, this whole life experience, this game of life, is about you knowing yourself, recognizing yourself, seeing yourself in things, seeing yourself in people. This is about you. It's always a mirror back to you so you can recognize more and more of who it is that you truly are. All right. So, you guys, I'm going to get off my little soapbox. Thank you for joining. I am a little under the weather, so I love this mic. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And yes, you guys, I want to go more in depth with these conversations. So, if you like this type of conversation, please get down and let me know whatever light bulb moment clicked off for you. And I will be covering this again in the future as we get more and more deeper into this type of discussions. But these are the type of discussions that I like, and I had to just tell myself, girl, you are not that girl that could just do the cute little videos. No, I like to have depth. And so that's what we're going to do on this channel as I expand my content. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for liking my podcast. I will be uploading all these videos onto my podcast as well. And once again, you guys, imagination is always on your side, and I am too. Bye.